game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Detroit Lions. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Kill.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. So they will go for it. Stafford. It's caught. Jones. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down. Set. Yellow waiting. Check. Yeah. Shift. Switch. Back 54.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And he's going to go down again. Jonathan Allen in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
Hey, tag 32. Tag 32.
Third and long. It's Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down, Bentley. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Rod. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch it now, Barney! Leopard!
To throw on second down, Bentley. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On 1st and 10, Bentley. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On 1st down, Bentley. And this one completes a read. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Bentley. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, step it back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
first down. This is Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on second down. Bentley. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
From the gun, Bentley. Escaping the pressure right. And this throw will be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out.
Set, lady. Check your hot read. Big 20. 32. 53. Ready.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He gets this one to Bruce Ellington. Evades the tackler and now some space. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Set, 180.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Set, lady.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Set, 180.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. So out now come the Redskins. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll hand it down to Geis, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Ashawn Robinson coming out of the University of Alabama, a big, physical, intimidating force who had to learn to play with more leverage. Otherwise, he was going to get blown off the ball in the NFL. Looks like he's learning his lessons after that play.
Detroit!
Back to throw. Bentley. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing on 1st down. Bentley. Going up top. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bentley being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down the left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mikel Roby-Coleman. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Hurry!
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
That's how we do, D.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Set. 280. White 7.
From the gun, here's Stafford. The completion to Riddick. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 16 on 3rd and 16, and that spot moves the chains.
All right, boys, here we go. Set. Got a 20.
Stafford on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Preston Smith, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
Set. Waiting. 22. Hey, go here.
Now it's Stafford. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are in for 6. Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw on 2nd down. Bentley. Buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And that one results in 35 yards. Meanwhile, over in Lambeau, an update. And the Cowboys now, they've opened things up in that one. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. On 1st and 10, Bentley looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On 1st down, Bentley. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
Throwing again. Bentley. Throw left side complete. It's Thompson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Bentley. Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll drop it off to P-Ryan, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bentley. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now a carry for P-Ryan. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down. Bentley. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Bentley, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kerry Hyder in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Set. Waiting. Set. Give me radar.
And on the ground they go with the running back. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Set. Waiting.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And his pass incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
The Lions on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Set. Waiting.
Play action. Stafford. It's hauled in by Ellington. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Out to the flat for Reddick. And it's a fumble into the Redskins. How did they do? So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following the fumble recovery, Bentley. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now. But later, when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. In for the score. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running, because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bentley. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him. And that is sack number 15 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Looking to throw. Bentley. He'll check it down to Geis. That one goes for 36 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw on second down. Bentley. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down. Bentley. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Back to the air on second down. Bentley. And his throw here is incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Bentley. This will be caught just inside the 10. And oh, he coughed it up, and the Lions have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Set. 180.
following the fumble recovery. Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Set. Blue 60.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. The Lions on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Johnson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Set. 250.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Trio right.
To throw on 2nd down. Stafford. It was DeShazer Everett that time who got a hand in to break it up. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football and at least more completions for them.
Now Stafford. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bentley escaping the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit at 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Bentley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Bentley. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 48 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos with the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. And they'll run it here. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Set. Yellow 20.
Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Stafford. Ellington has it, middle of the field. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They go play action here on first down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Ziggy Ansah in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Detroit!
From the gun, Bentley. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Bentley. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And a short gain here down to the 22. David Amerson able to bring him down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Hey, tag 32! Tag 32! Set! Lady!
Now a handoff looking right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Detroit, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get to stay home.
I'm the big homie now. Don't forget that. I'm the big homie now. I got my spunk, Louis Vuitton, truck in the front. What are you? Don't call me